Hey there, prospectors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands. Episode 17, Tin Time. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Positive sanity. Spinning in the correct direction now. So, I have survived the storm. I'm going to move my bed back. But I'm going to keep this shelter intact if and when I need it in the future. That's a nightmare drifter? I poking the bear. If you thought like a grizzly bear was bad, yeah, nightmare drifters, maybe not when they're crawling around, but if it did hit me, oof, that would hurt. Nightmare drifters are, well, a nightmare. They're a tier 4 enemy. And now, because I was nowhere near my base should be completely clear of enemies. There shouldn't be anything in here trying to kill me or anything like that. Good. Alright, let's get back to Prospect. Back on track. Updating the priority. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the trigger and get back to this prospecting point. Because I poked around the... Actually, maybe I'll do one here. Which I spelled gear. I don't really care. Just to see if the hotspot that I have is the ideal hotspot. Did I get that ice block that I dropped? No, I didn't. Not too concerned about it, though. Sound like a wolf? That was some sketchy jumping. It's gonna be, I apologize, it's gonna be a little hard for me to read chat. Actually, that's not true. One sec. Okay, there we go. Oh, I don't even have my pro pick. True. That would be a requirement, wouldn't it? Let me try this again. Get back to the base. Actually pick up the pro pick. I do have a regular pick. If I wanted to just start quarrying for it, I could, but... I think it makes more sense to pro pick for it. One question I have for you all is, should I put the skep down first? Basically, should I try to get bees to swarm to my skep? Well, before I go out to prospect. I heard a hive here. Oh, it wasn't in this tree. It's up there somewhere. Alright, my sanity is almost fully recovered. So it looks like quickly pulling for it. It looks like yes. It's not going to take a lot of effort to slap that down. I just need to put some dirt down, put some flowers down, put a skep down, call it done. So I'll quickly do that. Here's some dirt. Flowers. Skip. Spare pick. Pro pick. And pro pick. Thank you for the reminder. I would have gotten all the way out there and been like, oh, I don't have a pick. All right, thank you for voting. Let's go try to capture some bees. So I won't be punching the hive this time. I do need to get closer to it, though. Is it too cold? I don't know. Doesn't gonna stop me. I'm trying to identify. I might actually need to. Snow layer. God, where is this hive? I'm like standing on the tree. Yo. Hive, where are you? I hear you. Oh, you're right there. Okay. It's, straight up from here, more or less. Because when you put flowers down, I'm so scared of punching now. When you put flowers down, they have to be close enough to the hive so that they benefit from it. There we go. There's the hive. So I'm going to stick a skep underneath it. And then put flowers around it. I just wanted to, in order to position the flowers correctly, it helps to know exactly wherever it is, right? So that's what was going on. Why did I bring the oil lamps with me? Haste makes waste, and I am being wasteful. So then the other stat, when you look at this thing, is nearby flowers 0. So we're going to raise that up from 0 to, you know, however many flowers we can get around. Unfortunately, it's just not all that flat and easy to position flowers around here because of the terrain, but we'll make do. So, let's start with cow parsley. Then catmint. Flowers within, I forget how many tiles, 5? Something like that? 7? You'd have to wiki it for the exact number. I don't have it memorized. But they have to be pretty close. Unlike real life, where like bees will fly for like a mile. In game, they don't. They'll fly for a few meters to directly benefit from the flowers. Yeah, I think it's 5, but I again, trust but verify, because I don't have it memorized. Alright, so now that I know exactly where the hive is, I can get rid of some of this bushy branches, because I know that I won't be punching them. Because I'm not directly below. So it looks a little... Oops. Whatever. Looks a little silly, but, like, this is one of the easiest ways to lay out your flowers for your skeps. Is to build, like, a flat little platform underneath where they are, and then to just populate it full of flowers. So now if I look back at the hive, it should read, it doesn't update immediately. It hasn't updated yet, but it will and when it does, it will read that it has a bunch of wild flowers nearby, and it will encourage them to swarm. I'm just going to put the rest of the flowers down now, so I can free up my inventory. All right, let's get back to it. I am losing body heat, though. Within 7 blocks horizontal and 5 blocks vertical for them to swarm. Thank you for that. So when I was like, oh, 5 or 7, I was right on both fronts. It just depends on the direction. I'm too lazy to cause a set of real fire. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go with leaves. Something. Everything I set on fire goes out too quick. Sir, fine. Is the soil here darker than normal? Not that no, I don't think so. Of course, now that I want to set a fire, there's like no trees to be found in any direction. Or firewood. And all the snow is making me soaking wet. This will be a little bit less of an issue once I'm indoors. Or in a mine shaft. I don't want to cut down a tree that big, because I don't want to fill my inventory with wood. Smaller tree required, please. Oh, there. This... oh, that's not a trunk. If the tree is too big, your axe won't get through it, and I didn't want to go through the process of breaking multiple flint picks, and, you know, just, it gets annoying. But the extra firewood from this larger tree will be nice, because I'm sure I'll need to set multiples of these. So I'm fairly close to where I identified an area to pro-pick, so I'm just going to create a little, like, cubbyhole here for the fire. Get warm, and then continue looking for, for cassiterite. There we go. Body temperature going back up. I like how when you get too close, it just like throws you backwards. It doesn't actually set you on fire. It assumes that the player has enough sense not to step on a fire. So we didn't get tin yesterday. I think I'm not going to spend too much time looking for the perfect spot today. I'm just going to do some broad prospecting to see if I'm generally in the right neighborhood to look for tin, and then pull the trigger on digging out a pit. So this was less than the spot before it. So the highest spot now is here. And I've searched in really every direction. So I'm going to start a mining here. Just start digging it out. And pray that I hit a disc. A cassiterite disc. Because this part can get real frustrating. Sometimes you get lucky and you find deep tin or deep iron fast. And usually when you do, the node that you find is often enough to supply you with as much as you need, especially tin. Because once you find tin, you usually graduate away from tin quickly and go up to go up from bronze to iron. So even finding one node of cassiterite is, unless you're wasteful with your tools or inefficient for searching, it's enough to move up to the Iron Age. So that's what I'm hoping. We'll see if it happens. Just trying to get dry, and once I'm dry, my body temperature will stop dropping now that I'm, enclosed. I am gonna do a blind chunk search just to see if there's chunks of anything nearby. I have no reason to believe that there would be. Yeah, no node nearby. That's not even a little bit surprising. And just a reminder, the prospecting picks density search just tells you the chance that a certain ore will form. The chunk search tells you if it's actually present within 6 tiles of the block you break. So the, let me open up the wiki real quick. Chat, are you... okay, my streaming software's still broken. So for tin forms at different depths. And when you're looking for tin, you should get within 6 units of the... You should at least get 6 units into the minimum or minimum depth and no deeper than what is necessary. So cassiterite has a Y minimum of 0.92 and a Y max of 0.98. Essentially, you don't need to go too deep into the mountain, descend too deep, but you need to go deep enough that it can actually have veins of it, would be the TLDR. And tin cassiterite tends to be more towards the surface than a lot of the other metals, which form lower. The game was gentle in that the surface stuff, the stuff that you need early game tends to be close to the surface, like copper literally being on the surface and tin being close to the surface, so that you don't kill yourself looking for your first set of tools. is the best way to mine down stairs. So you can do a vertical shaft, too. You just need ladders to do it, and ladders are kind of expensive. So there is an advantage of a vertical shaft. The advantage of a vertical shaft is that it's going to be a lot harder for things to spawn where you're digging for a certain material, because there's not surface spawning, or there's not surfaces for things to spawn on. The disadvantage, of course, is the material cost for ladders, and then also I have definitely gotten sort of stuck doing the whole attempted ladder. Alright, I'm traveling a little bit farther away from the potential vein that I want, so I'm going to do just to make sure that I'm in the right neighborhood, a density search in this spot. And I'll probably rotate this stairwell so that I start going back to where it was the hot spot. Yeah, still ultra high. Yeah, I would say the harder thing about the vertical shafts is digging a vertical shaft is a little bit trickier, because you have to constantly putting ladders down so that you don't fall. Because if you're just digging down, straight down, like anyone that has played a game like this knows, if you dig straight down, the chances of you falling into like a mine shaft or a cave system or lava or falling to your death, right? Like, you just don't want to free fall. And it's uncontrolled falling in this game is a pretty sure way to kill yourself, so. If I find tin, what I could do is then subsequently dig a vertical shaft after I found it to make it easier to get back there and block spawning. That is kind of reasonable. But it's just this way is simpler for the first one. Yeah, once you have planks, the cost isn't terrible. Correct. Let's do another chunk search. Because it's entirely possible to find other things down here when looking for tin. And I just realized I'm barely below sea level already. Like, I'm at 92, sea level's like, what, 110? So, like, I haven't descended that deep yet, because I started on a bit of a hill. Oops. Guess I'm out of space for the granite. Just to know, I want to make sure that I am searching the depths for tin correctly. Let me try to Google for it. Vintage, story, cassiterite, depth. Well, that is oddly a difficult thing to search for. Yeah, I think I'm at the correct depths already. And once I get the correct depths, you can start doing horizontal tunnels to look for it rather than the vertical ones. That'll work too. Because I'm almost out of torches too. I like to chunk search roughly once every 6 to 12 tiles gives you the best chance to like chunk search, find things, because it's the search pattern for the chunk search is like 6 in every direction, so you don't need to do it too often. Wasn't the correct depth 92? It's 92% of like world height. That's what's confusing, is it depends on your world height. So my world height is 256. So it's the ore deposits for cassiterite would be 92 to 0.92 to 0.98 of like world height below sea level. What I wanted is just like an actual Y coordinate, but I didn't want to just Google for it while you guys are waiting on it, you know, for me to yield answers. I think I'm going to start going horizontal from here. And another way to do this is, that's my last torch, is to just dig, like, I'll pick here, for instance, to dig almost as far as you can go with your regular pick, and then to do a chunk search pro pick. Trace amounts, cassiterite! Oh, baby! Oh, baby! It's somewhere around here within 6 tiles. There you go. Using a little science, a little luck, a lot of luck maybe, I don't know, it depends. But cassiterite's nearby. So now with these holes like this, what I can do is I can do a chunk search in every direction to see where the concentrations really are. So trace amounts that direction. So if I get something better than trace, if everything is trace, it's either up or down. And then if there's a direction to it, then I know what direction to go in. Because it could just be above me. I'm thinking it's above me. Come on. No node. Oh, maybe it's below me. Let's test that theory. It's got to be somewhere. Oh, that's a density search. Because my pick broke, it reset its function. My pro pick, that is. No node. Okay. Is it this way then? I'm kind of confused. Oh, yeah, here it is. Ah, oh, poor quality. Well, whatever. Beggars, choosers, you know the deal. Okay. Delete. Right where I am. 10 ore. I don't care about the quality. Bronze is bronze is bronze. I just need enough bronze to get myself iron, right? I've already had some good prospecting for hematite, too. I mean, hypothetically, you can get away with just almost no... what's my body temp? It's fine. Almost no bronze at all. Because if you just have enough for a pick, what would be the minimum? 10% of... So two bronze pieces, I think? Or 2 tin pieces can get you a bronze pick. And a bronze pick is enough to enter the Iron Age. God, where is this? It says it's small amounts. Don't I need a bronze anvil? Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, I would need a bronze anvil and hammer. So bronze anvil would be 10%. It would be 90 pieces for the anvil. Or not 90. What would it be? It would be... I'm not reading chat, playing, and doing math in my head well all at the same time. Alright, for real, where is this rest of the considerate? I'm gonna need to turn back for, food soon as well. 900 units of metal, plus the hammer too, so like 1,000 units of metal, 90 of it needs to be, or like 10% of 1,000, so 100 of it needs to be bronze. Let's see. Pro pick time? Plus the pick, so, you know, 110 units of bronze can hypothetically get you iron if you're very, stingy or something like that. I'm only getting trace amounts, so I think this vein is kind of dead. But it's a start. Oh, there's literally right in front of me. The light level sucks. Still trace. Let's keep going. I'm going to go grab some of the torches that I had previously placed down. Making my return trip up to the surface a little bit more harrowing, but I need to see what the hell I'm doing. Can I get a lamp? Oil lamp in my offhand? I don't believe so, no. Oh, no, I can. I'm already very hungry, though. So, keeping things in my offhand might not be a wise idea. I'm hungry and slowly going insane. We're still reading trace, so I know there's still some nuggets around. I just don't know where they are. And I kind of don't want to leave, even though I'm like starving, until I find them all. Just so that I don't have to come back. Come on, game. You were nice to give me the initial bump, but make it easy. Let me have the rest. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm oh no, I have a spare pick. I was gonna say I've almost broken my pick. Cassiterite! Where are you? This is when mining blasting satchels would come in handy. Not that I have the resources for it, but just to blow up this whole area and be like, alright, well, if you're not going to be easy to search, I'm going to blow you up. I think on 1 bar of food left, I'm going to turn back. And, I can always return here or go prospect elsewhere. Just because, this vein is small and poor doesn't mean there isn't another one nearby. Right? Like, the chance of there being tin in this vicinity is high. Higher than anywhere else I know. So this area still could have more veins. And the veins could be much nicer. Much more plentiful, too. Alright, at this point, I'm just burning calories, picking nothing. God, where is it? Maddening. Now I know what happens. I know why dwarves dug too deep. I see it very clearly. You get a little taste and you're just like, alright. Alright, just one more emerald. Just one more diamond. Just one more vein of mithril. And it's never enough. The appetite becomes insatiable. Because there's always more metal and you just don't know where it is. Oops. The wiser thing to do would be to try to triangulate the exact location using pro picks in different directions. And, but, as promised, I'm starving. So, I'm gonna head home. How much has I found? 22 nuggets. It's not very much. Plus, I'm like 50% insane. It's also 2 in the morning out here. No thanks. Nope, don't shoot me. What's light over there? I'm starving. That was the damage noise. Oh, I put a torch, torch over there. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 21st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. And a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.